happening, everybody? Finally back for a overdue music collection update. I've been a little busy. My finances finally leveled out after the big onslaught from the last couple of months. So I had a little extra money, so I spent it on vinyl. That's right. And so there's a lot, so I'm just gonna run through these quickly. Probably won't talk about any of them very long, but you know, if you have any questions or anything, put them in the comments. We'll talk about it. It's going to be all vinyl, mostly metal, but not all. And let's just get to it. First off, start out with 7-inch singles. Hope I don't drop this. I'm trying out a new thing where I actually sit in a chair in my videos instead of the floor. Just generic sleeve. This is, and I did try to upload it, but it got blocked. Because the Night by 10,000 Maniacs, cover of the Patti Smith song and Bruce Springsteen song. He also did it. On the B side of this is 8 for 2, which is not a soundtrack to my life, but it's about being pregnant and carrying a baby and having to eat for 2, or in some cases 3, up to 8. Is that the most that's ever been born at 8? I don't know much about that baby business. All right, and everybody, most of these, well, I won't say most, a lot of these you've seen because I did vinyl rips. This is a Portugal bootleg that I got. I've got a seller that I know in Portugal I bought a couple things from, and I just told him, look out for anything. There's a couple Metallica bootlegs I want, so I said, look out for any Metallica bootlegs. And there's a couple more he's been looking for, and he sent me this and said, look, it's a bootleg, but they only did 300 for this fan club they have over there. And so, and he's like, you know, I'll sell it for, I think he sold it $3 more than he paid, and then very, very reasonable shipping. It's one of the reasons why I like the guy. His shipping, if you don't know, has really gone up from Europe and other countries, so I was glad to get that. Oh, I guess I did a vinyl rip, so if you want a little more information or want to hear it, just go to my videos. But and the main reason I got this is because I'm going to frame it because of that cover. I've always loved that cover and the t-shirt they did with that, so just I'm a huge fan of Pushead, and this is probably and the one cover to the shirt and to the maxi singles and 7-inch singles is my favorite Pushead work. But yeah, crazy good artist. All right, if you don't know, I am trying to track down all of the Metallica 45 RPM that Warner Brothers put out, I think in 2008. And so all I needed, and I'm only wanting the 1980s album, so Kill 'Em All up to Injustice for All. And so I finally have the Master of Puppets one, which is in really good condition, man. So these can go for a pretty good bit of money. I got this not as much as, it's not the high end, but it was in the middle because of the condition. They come with these, what they call bands. It's kind of like an obi, but it goes around the middle of the album instead of, you know, on the side, like obi strips do. And these are all, of course, 45 RPM, and they're just cool, man. And I really dig the sound on these. I'm not saying it's the best sound because I haven't heard like an OG Master of Puppets in person, but I really, really dig the 45. When they remaster it, doing the half speed and then put it at 45 RPM, to me, it's a winning combination. And nothing fancy or anything with the labels. Again, these are Warner Brothers, so it's a Warner Brother label. And just black and red. And because they're 45, there's only 2 songs per side. So, those are cool, man. You know, if you don't have the money for an OG, which I don't, but you want a good sounding pressing, I would recommend this, or if you can find the Direct Metal Master, the DMM Oh, those sound great too, man. So I have really been filling in my Metallica collection from the 80s, if you haven't noticed. All right. OG copy of D.R.I, one of my favorite crossover thrash punk bands. Just, man, I've seen them live. One of the best live acts I've seen. So much energy. Just, I don't know, man. They appeal to so many different people. You know, you can be into punk and like D.R.I and metal, and even some people that really aren't into that metal aren't into metal or punk that much. They dig D.R.I. You know, this is the third album, so this is transitioning away from the really, really fast songs, like a minute songs, into longer songs, slower speeds with breakdowns. You know, they had crossover, you know, which was really, really fast, and of course, their first album, Violent Pacification, The Split. I have it. I can't think of it. If you hear a weird noise in the background, it's Putt-Putt playing with a squeaky toy. She heard her name. Anyway, back to this. So, yeah, there's no repressing this that I know of, at least not in the U.S. So this is starting to go up as well. So I figured, you know, I got this mid-20s in decent condition. I had to get this imported. But this is an album that I've seen go up from like $15, $16 2 or 3 years ago to 30, low 40s now. So if you've ever wanted that album, I would probably suggest picking it up soon. It comes with an inner sleeve. Pictures on that, and then lyrics, and Metal Blade, one of my favorite labels of all time. And this came out 88. Is this 88? But and like I say, some of the songs are still fast, but there's a lot more breakdowns and stuff like that. And then, of course, after this, they did Thrash Zone, which is really, really to me, more of a thrash album than punk. Manifest Destiny. What is that other song? Slumlord I like. Suit and Tie Guy. So this is a really good album. It's not my favorite by them, but I'll be honest with you. Of all their 80s albums, there's none that I wouldn't or don't want. I think I've got them all now. They've got more albums that come out in the 90s. Full Speed Ahead, and a couple more that I need to pick up. But I'm not as in a bigger rush to get those because I really wanted to complete the 80s discography first. Slapshot. This is another one I did a vinyl rip of. This band started out in the late 80s in the Boston hardcore scene. I had heard them a few times, never owned anything by them, and then was talking to Rob from Boston. I'd sent him a Misfits album, and anyway, we got talking, and you know, he mentioned Slapshot, so I started going back and watching more of their videos, and I'm like, man, I got to get this. So I picked up Sudden Death Overtime. This is a Tang Records reissue. I think it came out originally in 1990. Do not hold me to any of these dates. And then it just comes with a poster on one side, the history of Tang, and then a flyer for some upcoming releases they're doing, which, I'll be honest with you, there's a couple of these I want to get. The Mission of Burma, and what was that other one? What? This is weird. Check this out. So, it says here, Boston Collision. So if you don't know, there's a really, really good hardcore. You know, it's not just New York with hardcore punk. Boston has a really, really good scene, and it's had a good scene for a while. Anyway, that says Boston Collision. Check this out. It says Gangrene, The Freeze, Gangrene being one of my favorite bands. And it's also got tracks by the Adolescents, Nervous Eaters, and Dead Boys. And then check this out. Jay Giles Band. Like, what the hell is James Giles Band doing that? I don't know if you could see James Giles Band. Sorry. But it does say it, I promise. That's just weird. I mean, I like James Giles as much as the next guy, but you wouldn't think they would be in the middle of a hardcore show. That's weird. Maybe they're just kidding. 180 gram. They don't come with inners, just the flyers and that poster, the Tang. I have a couple of these Tang now. The Gangrene reissue as well on Tang. They sound great. They're they're paper sleeves and they're not polylined, and there's no inners usually, just the flyers and stuff. Trying to sell you more stuff, but I think it's still worth it. I wouldn't pay more than like $22-23 for one of the reissues, and I haven't. Matter of fact, I got that Slapshot really good price. All right, this is the one I've been after a while. I cannot afford the original. This is the reissue by Metal Blade, and the reason I pulled the trigger on this is I'll buy anything reissued by Metal Blade, to be honest with you. I've yet to find, and I'm sure there are some, but I've yet to buy a Metal Blade reissue of an album that did not sound killer. So this is Suffering Hour. This is Anacrusis' first album. Again, this is on Metal Blade, and they did 2 LPs, 4 sides. There's I guess this is a Black Sabbath cover. I haven't listened to this. I just got this. But Naked in Bed, NIB. And then side 4 has an etching, which I haven't even looked at that. So we'll look at that together real quick. Does come with an inner picture here, and it's kind of weird. Hold on, this got stuck to it. All right. And lyrics to 3 songs. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But, and then these are gray and black marbled vinyl. And supposedly Metal Blade released 300 of these. I never hold them to that because, gosh, this thing doesn't sing very well. But anyway, if you can't read it, I'm number 9 out of 300. It could be $2.99 and I'd be just as happy. Again, I mentioned the Metal Blade. I would buy any reissue on Metal Blade. These are the best sleeves. I wish I could buy these sleeves for all my albums and put them in, but I can't find them where you can buy these in bulk. I absolutely love Metal Blade sleeves. And just to let you know, both of these look the same. All right, so this is LP1. This one's really light gray with a little bit of darker gray in there. And then the labels in black and white, or maybe gray and white. And then let's look at this etching. Again, I haven't even looked at this etching yet myself. I didn't know it was like 300 and had an etching till I got it. I was like, pulled the trigger fast. I don't see an etching. Oh yeah, I do. Woo, the light's got to hit it just right. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. So side 3 does have music, including that NIB cover. And then I'm going to see if I can get this to show up. Boy, that thing is light. I don't think it's going to show. It is very, very light etching. But it's Anacrusis Suffering Hour. And that's it. It just says it over and over again around the edge. Just Anacrusis Suffering Hour. You really got to turn it the right way to get the light to hit it. And it's just not going to show up. I would rather have a 4-sided music than an etching, but you know what? It's cool. I'm glad to have this album. I'm glad Metal Blade redid the reissue. Or did the reissue. Alright, one of my favorite old-timey, and by old-timey I mean late 60s, 70s bands, rock and roll, CCR, baby. This is, a lot of people had this, I think, the Creedence Clearwater Revival double greatest hits that came out on Fantasy Records. Well, I've never owned anything by Fantasy Records, but they did a great job on this packaging. So, it's got a story, of course, and then it gives you the timeline, or what they call a chronicle of the band and their albums. And what's weird to me is you would think, like, with all their hits, they would have had, like, been together, like, 15, 20 years. But really, they lasted from 67 to 72, so what, 5 years. And all these great songs, man. So, double LP again. I guess 180 grams, maybe a little bit less, 150. They don't feel as heavy as the metal blades, I can tell you that. I love that fantasy label, man. That is just cool. Just an old school style record label. And just regular black vinyl on these. If you like CCR but don't want to buy all their albums, this is a really, really good collection to buy if you're looking for vinyl. This is one I ripped, so I won't spend a lot of time. This is the EP from Anthrax on the Dangerous. This is another band that I'm starting to fill in some gaps on. I have a original pressing coming of their debut. A lot of people don't like the vocals on that with, what's his name? You know, that other guy that I can't think of. But anyway, that guy. But this is the first one with Joey Belladonna as the vocalist. So, really, really good EP, man. Lots of energy. My favorite, of course, Armed and Dangerous, the Metal Thrashing Mad. And this is the original Megaforce pressing of this album. And the actual first pressing without the barcode, silver label. Oh, God, look at this. This is the old Megaforce, too. Let's see if you can see the fist. Look at the fists. Yeah, on both sides of Megaforce there. Look at that. You can see the fist. Beautiful, beautiful copy, too, man. I can't ask for anything better. I dropped the sleeves. Hold on just a minute, yeah, just a minute. Hold on. All right. Let's get back to it. We're almost done, I promise. I know, man. I usually don't go long, but I keep waiting in between these and having to do like a bunch of records at once. Oh, I guess I should introduce what I'm doing next. Ram, one of my favorite throwback hard rock, heavy metal. I would classify them as speed metal with some power metal elements, and so to me it's like accepting Judas Priest, that style. And this is the album Subversum. I just got this. Is this? I can't remember what the. I have Lightbringer and was the self-titled? Is that right? Ram. Anyway. So this will be the third one. I Need Death, and I'll be done with that. And this is a repressing on Metal Blade, so we've talked about that. All right, comes with a poster and a two-sided poster. So you can do the album art, or you can do the band. And they're from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken, or Finland. I think Sweden, but they do a song about Finland on Lightbringer. All right. Oops. Folded it wrong. I don't know. Guess. All right. And was that gatefold? Yeah. Sorry. I don't think I opened it up, but it's gatefold. And the poster. I think that's it. I don't think it has a inner sleeve or lyrics or anything. But, yeah, that's cool. And then this one's a little bit different with the inner sleeve, but it's still polylined. But it has the old Metal Blade style label. God, I just love Metal Blade, man. To me, that is probably in the history of metal. That's probably the best label. Metal Blade. Currently, probably Century Media, but back in the day, man, Metal Blade, Roadrunner, whew, there were some great labels. All right, we're just got a couple singles left. The Pogues. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of the Pogues, probably. Most people, a lot of people. This is the 12-inch maxi to If I Should Fall from Grace with God. It's got two versions of If I Could Fall from Grace. Sally Mack on there, which is really, really fast song, big, cool drinking tune, and A Pair of Brown Eyes. And those two songs are live. And so, Love, 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 If I Should Fall from Grace with God. This is the title song off their 88 album, If I Should Fall from Grace with God, which is my second favorite Pogues. And just, it's the one where they really brought all their elements together, the punk and the Irish traditional and some other world elements, and just really they were killing it, man. And this is the Atlantic, right? Anyway, so there's the labels. And this is the original pressing. There's been no repressing of the maxi. I don't even know. Do they even repress maxi singles? I don't think I've seen one. And that was on Pogue Mahone Records. So that would have to be UK version of this, because in America it would have come out on Atlantic, I think. Anyway, I mentioned before, my memory blows. And lastly, Metallica, the maxi single for Hero of the Day. Quick story for people that see that and go, but I thought you don't listen to anything past Injustice for All. So let me show this and then I'll talk about it. Somebody put the sticker on the wrong side. So I'm sure it was on the, the label was on it when it was still bagged up. When they opened it up, they took the sticker off and put it on the back. So not a big deal. It's a maxi. It does come with an inner. So it's got like 3 different versions of Hero of the Day. If you're not a big Hero of the Day fan, not worth getting, because there's 3 versions of that: the regular version, and then the demo, and then some remix, which is really like crap. But it does have the Overkill cover of Motorhead. And then finally, the label and album. Really, really clean copy. Had to import this in too. I actually got this with the Fashion Fall from Grace of God, which makes sense on why the other one's on Pogue Mahone Records. I didn't even know that until just now. All right, so real quick about Metallica. All right, so I've been a negative Nancy about Metallica. I admit it. After Injustice for All, when I got the Black Album, I threw it. I listened to it once, threw it away. Never bought it. Never intentionally listened to them again in terms of their anything after Injustice for All. I might hear it. Of course, people play it in the community or buy it or whatever, and I don't knock you. More power to you. But I really, really hated Metallica, I ain't gonna lie, for a long time. And so what I've done is, a lot of people are like, hey, you gotta listen to this song or this song. And I still don't like any album they've done after Injustice for All. Reload and Load are atrocious. The Black Album is a personal thing for me because it's the one where Lars said, you know what, let's just go to a single kick, have these simple song structures and whatnot, and their band's all like, yeah, let's do that. And anyway, so yeah. So I still got some resentment towards them, but I'm trying not to be, like negative and stuff. So I've actually went back and listened to a lot of the songs off of the albums after Injustice for All. And the Black Album is just, I'm never going to own it. I'm never going to own Load. I'm never going to own any of the albums after Injustice for All, except the single to the Hero of the Day. I absolutely love that song. To be honest with you, I liked it when it first came out, but I just wouldn't listen to it because it's Metallica. And anyway, so I've gone back and listened to a few. I would like to have Hero of the Day is my favorite song after Injustice for All album. And there's not many songs I like. It's probably it's under 10. But I would buy, obviously, that. And then S&M to get 4-Leaf Clover. That song is just amazing. The lyrics. And that was the first time they ever played it, and it's never been on an album. So you have to get S&M. And then Garage Inc. I'd like to have that. I will give you this. Metallica is the best cover band besides Bruce Springsteen and E Street Band. But they're the best metal cover band ever. Still are. That's never changed. So I would like to get Garage Inc., S&M, and then I've got that. And so that, after I've gone through and listened to all the Metallica after Injustice for All to try and be like less of a jerk about it, I still don't like them after Injustice for All, but I'm willing to at least listen to it and buy some of them stuff. So I think that's, that's a move forward, maybe. But, you know, maybe it's like some kind of monster, man. Maybe I need to go sit down with the band and have therapy with them. I don't know. All right, let me know what you think about the haul. If you got any questions, let me know. Love discussions and stuff. So sorry this went so long. This is the longest video I've done, gosh, in a while. But I hope you hung with me, at least part of the way. Thanks for watching as always, and appreciate you. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Farley out.